My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are looking at what is going on with your person, how they're feeling generally, what's happening in their life, and what are they prioritizing at this time. And in the extended, we're going to look at your connection, specifically how they're thinking and feeling about you. We're going to look at the dominant advice they're getting about you. If there's a third party, what's happening with that connection, and the next move towards you within a month of you watching this reading. So let us get into this, and we start as we usually do with significators, because I find it just provides a lovely framework for the interpretation of the reading, right? Oh, I want to tell you guys. Remember I said that I was working on a new healing modality. Okay, well, this weekend I finally gave birth to it. Let's just put it that way, because it's all swirling around in my head and my ideas book. So I finally gave birth to it. It is going to be spiritual recalibration for our plant and animal friends. Okay, so it's if you have a pet, you have plants, or you may have a garden, because I'm going to teach you how to protect your garden spiritually as well. Or if you want to offer this service professionally. So I have a protocol for animals and I have a protocol for plant life. And when we deal with plant life, we're going to talk about gardens. We're talking about pests as well, and how we can keep them away spiritually. All right. So if you want to sign up for that course, it is going to be, I think it's on the 11th of October at 8 p.m. That is a Friday. Okay, so we can all kind of just hang out. Okay, and I'm going to teach you that modality. You don't need any prior knowledge or any sort of uh, spiritual development. All you need is a pendulum and the charts that I'm going to circulate to you. Okay, if you don't know how to use a pendulum, I also have allotted time in that 2-hour program to teach you how to use a pendulum. And as with all my healing modalities, you will receive a certificate after that is internationally recognized by international practitioners of holistic medicine association. Okay, so there is that. So if where you live you require some sort of certification to practice, this is going to be it. All right, so choices in love, right? Card number 6, the lovers. Choice in love, this is where they at. And it doesn't have to be choices in romantic love, right? It could be, because love is also a passions, right? It could be choices, what is the next step in our career? What is the next step on our path? What is our purpose, right? I think this is where your person is at. And they are always mirroring us. So maybe you are facing these choices too. Maybe you are facing choices in love, right? Maybe you're saying, okay, well, this person, they might be my twin flame, or they might be my higher level soulmate, but I feel like I want companionship, or I feel like, my life is going to be enriched with someone in my life. Maybe I'm going to choose that. Or maybe you're facing a career decision right now. Okay, am I going to continue to do what I'm doing right now? Or is there something that is kind of trying to burst out from inside of me, something that I'm passionate about, right? So there's all these choices people might be facing at this time, but certainly your person, it looks like it's in love. It's a card number 6, but I said love is has so many dimensions, and can pertain to so many different things. All right, so let's get a general energy for your person. Generally, the general energy, we see they're facing choices and we see justice. So this is about trying to find a solution that is fair to all involved. But sometimes, right, we can achieve those, definitely. Let me dial that back, because as I was about to say it, something else came through. I'm sorry. We always achieve what is fair for all when we do what is best for ourselves. Because I was going to say, sometimes we can achieve that, right? But most times we will hurt other people anyway. But Spirit is saying it doesn't matter. The hurt, pain, and fallout might be a consequence, but in the end, it is for everyone's highest good. Because everybody knows where they stand after that. When you honor yourself, you're honoring yourself outside of yourself, which is other people. I'm going to have to sit with that after. When you honor yourself, you honor outside of yourself, which is other people. And not just other people, but also animal and plant life too, right? Everything around you, everything around you is blessed when you honor yourself. When you honor yourself, when you honor your energy, when you honor your health, you honor your body, you honor your spiritual body, you honor your emotions. Everything else is blessed and everything else works out for everybody's highest good. It may be that you will disappoint people. It may be that you will hurt people, sometimes for a short-term period, sometimes a little longer. But in the end, it is also for their highest good. Because they now get the opportunity to make a different choice. Right? We're not just stringing them along. Right? We're not just playing with their emotions. We are honoring them as a human being. We're honoring them as an equal soul when we honor ourselves. So this is what your person is trying to do. They're trying to be fair to everyone involved, but they have to come to the realization that the only way to be fair to everyone involved is to be fair to themselves. This is where they're at. So they're trying to do, this is someone who is trying to do the right thing. And in all society, the right thing is the thing that causes the least disruption, the least disappointment to other people, right? The least disruption to other people, the least disappointment to other people. And it's the thing that makes everybody happy. But it is not for everyone's highest good when we go about trying to achieve justice this way. You only achieve justice, real justice, right, when we honor ourselves and our emotions, when we honor our body, when we honor our spirit, we honor our intuition, our guidance. Anything else is not being fair to you, so there's that injustice happening again. Let's look at the energy towards you. I'll pull cards on that, but that's what came through. That's not what I was going to say, but that's what came through. All right, we have the energy towards you is the undoer. Ooh, okay, listen. This person has been living in denial for a long time, and I'm really drawn to how kind of worn this person feels here. And they're worn because of their relationships. Okay. And this energy of being worn, okay, or being disillusioned about relationships started very early, and it started with their first family portrait, right? Their family of origin. Your person downloaded it very early on in life that relationships are difficult. Relationships are hard. People cannot be trusted. People will always leave you. People will abandon you, blah, blah, blah. And they don't need anybody except themselves. So they've been living in that denial for a long time. And when we do that, we create this hard shell around us. That, we don't need anybody in our lives or anything like that. We don't want anybody in our lives. We're okay, right? But you came and you like broke down this person's wall. You just deconstructed everything they constructed to protect themselves. So this is someone who is feeling very vulnerable at this time. Oh, energy towards you is asking for a miracle, and it's another card, number 11. So we have 1111 here, right? It says asking for a miracle. It's a card, number 47, which reduces to 11, right? So right now, listen, whatever God, goddess, higher mind, higher consciousness, whatever they believe in, they are asking this deity, entity, energy, for some help right now, right? Because they feel like to get your connection back on track, or to allow the opportunity to come back to you, it has to be some kind of divine intervention here. I don't know what kind of pickle they've gotten themselves in, or what kind of enmeshment they've gotten themselves in, but right now they are asking for help. They're asking for advice. They're asking for a miracle here. Let's see what's going on. And it's like, 11. Okay, there's a card in here. We have the Fool. And when you're asking, well, there's another one in here too. What was I doing? Oh, that's the same. It's from the last reading. That same white oak card, right? Talks about healing and endurance. All right. So what I'm getting with that is your person feeling a little foolish at this time. They thought, with time, they would forget about you and this connection. But it looks like the more they heal and the more they get in touch with themselves, is the stronger that they feel about you. They thought in time, this thing will dissipate, it will go away, they'll be fine. But they haven't been. Okay, they were just lying to themselves. King of Swords in reverse. All right, let's see this Justice card. What's this about? All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so your person has some, we don't have to call them narcissistic family members, but the people around them, whether it is their blood relations or those people who they consider to be family, they're quite dysfunctional, okay? And your person grew up being a people pleaser, okay, to these dysfunctional people, right? And the price of that can sometimes manifest not just in our energetic body or your or emotional body, but certainly even in our physical body, right? So your person may have been dealing with some medical issues. And so weird that will come through, because I was just listening to Gabor Mate this morning talking about people pleasers and the connection to the physical body, especially with regard to, I think, fibromyalgia and ALS. So maybe there's some health issues that they're battling this right now, some autoimmune issues. And I think they're making the connection between the health issue that they're going through and this people-pleasing thing that they have going on, and have had going on since they were a child, right? We have the Empress in reverse. It started with their mother, right? And or whoever modeled the feminine energy to them, right? They've always had a very enmeshed or dysfunctional relationship with their mother, and so too that they have created dysfunctional relationships with other people. They're seeing this from a higher perspective now, right? They're finally made. So it's all these little linkages, these little connects that are making sense for your person now. They're seeing the big picture. They're seeing the big picture, and they're seeing that it's all connected. Now, with regard to you, listen, they want to come back because these emotions that they have for you, it's not going away. Okay, they want to be there for you with Knight of Pentacles, but they don't know if they can make this comeback here, right? But they can't stop thinking about you. They feel bound to you. We have the Devil. They feel bound to you. They feel addicted to you. And they feel like if they don't get a move on, that they're going to lose you. How's your person feeling generally? Sometimes when we look at how they're feeling, we can figure out what's happening in their life. But I'm still going to ask what's happening in their life anyways. How are they feeling? Disappointed. And I feel like this is a disappointment with self. Because now they realize like the whole mess that they made just because they didn't honor their intuition and they didn't honor their feelings. All right, we have on the defense. So very self-protective at this time. So we'll look and see why they're like that. So they feel under attack for some reason. They are haunted. All right, so we'll see what they're haunted by. What can they not shake? We have withdrawn, so we get in hermit mode here. And let me see if I can find out. Okay, I see it. And they're also envious, right? And we can spread that a little more and stretch that meaning just a little bit more. And maybe we can see that they're jealous. All right, so let's pull some cards and let's get the story here. Spirit, tell moments in. All right, Spirit on the defense. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have the Six of Pentacles, a card of karma. And we have the Nine of Swords. All right, so this is someone who is worried. And what are they worried about? Well, they're worried about the decision that they're about to make, right? And how it is going to impact other people, right? So, still thinking about other people, right? So it looks like, they've been kind of flip-flopping, going back and forth as to what they need to do, really doing a whole overthinking kind of mess. And maybe been kind of depressed about it, right? But now they realize that they have to think about themselves and they have to choose from a place of self-love. It feels like in some of their relationships, whether it is intimate relationships, work relationships, or otherwise, right, they have been breadcrumbed. So if they were breadcrumbing you, know that, people were breadcrumbing them, right? And now they want to choose a different path. Now they want to do things differently. But there's going to be fallout from that, and that's making a person hesitate a little bit. And they're already defending themselves because they're expecting some sort of attack. They are haunted by Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I think this is missed opportunities. Tickle pink. Missed opportunities to be happy. And I think this is related to you. Okay? I think very early on in your connection, relationship, meeting, whatever you want to call it, right? I think this person recognized the ability of this connection to enrich their life. I mean, this person sees you as a star, okay? And for some reason, this stardom here kind of triggered this person, and triggered all their self-limiting beliefs, okay? And triggered so hard that they didn't give you the solid offers that they could have given you or they were free to give you at that time. Okay? So they are haunted by the decisions that they made in the past and how they basically they sabotage themselves and they sabotage this connection. Now they are withdrawn. We have the Eight of Pentacles. For some of them, they're kind of working hard because there's a project that they want to birth. So we have that. For others of them, They're working hard on themselves because they realize that they need to change. They need to change. Things aren't working out the way that they wanted to, and it's because they're doing the same things over and over again. So this is this is them recognizing that they need to change. If they want different outcomes, they have to do things differently. So they're working on themselves, they're working on their wounding, and they're working on the things that they feel passionate about. They're not just going to work for work's sake. So a lot of them, they're working on passion projects that they want to birth. Now they're envious. Envious at what? The Ten of Swords? Why would they be envious of the Ten of Swords? The Hanged Man and the King of Wands. Okay. Alright, so what they're realizing from a higher perspective is that a lot of the choices that they made in the past, they made from a place of envy and wanting to keep up with the Joneses, right? So maybe even their choice of partner was because they thought that this person would make them upwardly mobile in some way, or they would make other people envy them. Maybe their choice in occupation is because maybe they thought people would envy their lifestyle, and they want to be among the elite, and somehow this job would take them there. So every decision that they have made has been from a place of trying to keep up with other people's lifestyles, trying to be envied by others, right? And not really honoring their inner self and their spiritual being. That's what they're seeing now. Most of the things that they've done have been propelled from a place of envy. And when we manifest from a place of dysfunction, only dysfunction will result. And that's exactly what's happening with your person right now. All right. What is happening in your person's life at this time? Underneath the deck, we have the master and the apprentice. We still have that choice thing going on here, right? But this is them being guided by spiritual masters of light, to work on, it looks like some sort of creative project. This looks like an initiation for me. And even what this person is working on right now, it looks like these little pots that, well, in my culture, we call dares. And you use that to light lamps. And they're preparing a lot of them. So it's like your person is preparing to shine their light in some sort of way. So it feels like whatever this creative project is, it's also a deeply spiritual project, which all creative projects are, because it's channeled. It's channeled. All right. What's happening in a person's life? Well, they feel abandoned, alone. They feel unsupported, right? Whatever decision that they are about to make, they feel like people are not going to support them at all, right? So this is them feeling, the word that was coming into, ostracized, right? So we'll pull cards and we'll see why a person feels like that. But this is ice baby. Right, we have the balance of the light and the shadow, right? So they're doing a lot of shadow work at this time. And again, this is also the energy of justice, right? So wanting to do the right thing, wanting to do the fair thing. This is my confession, right? So they're confessing something to somebody. I don't know if it's going to be to you, or it's going to be to a family member, or their family, or an intimate partner. Well, certainly they could be going to a confessional and making a confession. For some of them, they might be before the courts making a confession. I'll pull cards and see what's going on with that. And then we have this card. It is a coven. Okay, so it could be that they are creating their own spiritual community, but this can also mean the shadow magician, which may indicate some sort of spell work or something like that. This has been coming up though. That's been coming up. Let's put some cards on these. All right, so they are out in the cold, bare butt, feeling alone, unsupported, ostracized, abandoned. Why? Because of you. This has nothing to do with other people. This is you, right? They are missing the queen of fire. Whether you're male or female in body, doesn't matter. There's the energy that you bring. And then listen, the queen of fire, and you can see right here, look at what she's holding. Dynamite, right? Dynamite. She brings the heat, okay? In so many different ways, whether it's sexually, spiritually, creatively, or otherwise. Look at paintbrushes here, right? So I think you are also this person's muse, right? They are deeply inspired by you. And it feels like, I don't know if you've stepped back or maybe it was them that stepped back, but they're certainly missing you and they're feeling abandoned. Okay? I think they took it for granted that you would always be there. Let's see this justice card here. All right, we have the Tower in reverse, right? Wanting to do the right thing, okay, wanting to do the fair thing, but at the same time they don't want to blow up their life. But it feels like this path is calling for them to blow up their life. We have volcanoes, we got dynamite, right? Right? This path is calling for them to release that. Because that life is a false life that they created. Their false self created that life. There's nothing real about that life. Even the relationships, they are plastic. So, this is something that they're struggling with. Wanting to follow the messages, the intuitive hits that they're getting. And then the old self, the false self, wanting to hold on. Not wanting to experience that loss, that upheaval. This is their confession. What's their confession here? Chariot. So they're telling people, I don't know who these people are. Perhaps I can ask. That they are ready to move on, that they've been feeling stuck. And they're being called to move forward. And for some of them to move forward on a spiritual path here. All right. Spirit, let me ask. Are they confessing to a group, one person, two people, three or more? All right. We see three people here that they are making a confession to. And what they're telling these people is that they're ready to move on. Right? They feel stuck and they're ready to move on. All right, let's choose one together. All right, so the first person that they're talking to, all right, they're talking to a spouse. So if your person has a partner, it looks like there's a confession that is being made right now or eminently. So we have a spouse. What else do we have here? Let's go down. Oh. All right, we have a wife. So again, that spouse card is coming up. Let me ask. Is this their spouse or somebody else's spouse? Somebody else's spouse. So it looks like they found a friend in somebody else's spouse. So whoever this is their confidant. They're also telling that person the same thing. And then we also have a boss. So as I said before, some of them, the moving on might be in career. they are also making some career changes. Okay, all right. So the message is, I'm ready to move forward. What's this Coven card here for what's happening in their life? We have death. And certainly death is an awakening. Let me clarify. Okay, so this is them committing to their spirituality and their spiritual journey, right? No more, fuck boy, fuck girl, fuck they, right? That Knight of Wands is in reverse. So this is them committing to their spiritual path and committing to this awakening that's happening inside of them, committing to being reborn. What's occupying their thoughts as a priority at this time? What's occupying their thoughts as a priority? Their rebirth, their spiritual path. This is what they are concerned about. Ascension, evolution, right? That's what they're concerned about. Their comeback. Pull some cards on that. We have Four of Wands in reverse. So something is dying or something is being deconstructed. And it's just chaos right now. So something in their life. We do have the Four of Wands. It could definitely be a relationship, or it could be a relationship with family members. Four of Wands is about your family, right? It looks like that's being deconstructed at this time because your person is choosing their peace. Five of Wands in reverse. But it looks like that is causing a lot of chaos for them at this time. But that's what they're choosing. They're choosing their own ascension path. So in the extended, I'm going to look specifically at your relationship. But if you're not able to join me in the extended, let me give you some advice. Okay. So I'm going to put information about that clearing or plant and animal friends on the community page if you're interested. It says here, spirit and matter, paradox in between realms, and equilibrium. That's what your person is trying to establish here. They're trying to establish balance. They feel like they're caught between two worlds. Right? The old self that has fallen away, the new self that is emerging. They're in the in-between. And we have the lotus, the past, transcendence, and evolution. And it's happening for you too. Here it is. The lotus. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Okay? So this is transcending pain, trauma, negative experiences, and recognizing that it's all happened to make you who you are right now. The lotus flower is prevalent in Buddhist and other Eastern philosophies. It has even become an important symbol in modern-day Western teachings. The analogy is a clever one because the characteristics of the lotus very closely mimic the human condition. The lotus flower begins its life in seemingly uninhabitable muddy water, only to use that same dirty muck as the nourishment it needs to transcend into the light and produce a perfect flower. Buddhists believe that, like the lotus, we are being transformed and refined through the process of being reincarnated thousands of times until we reach nirvana, the highest state of consciousness. This is why we often find the Buddha depicted sitting on a lotus flower. When the lotus is revealed in a reading, it reminds us that it matters not where we came from, but rather where we are going. We often feel we cannot be free from our past or who we once were. The lotus tells us that not only are we capable of incredible transformations, so all that shit about leopard can't change its spots and all that's nonsense. People change every day. Every minute of every day we're changing, right? Are capable of incredible transformation, but that we can use even shitty experience. Yes, it actually says shitty experiences as the fertilizer we need to grow and transcend. Wisdom does not come from books. No, that is knowledge. It comes from understanding, and true understanding can only be attained by experience facts. So the next time we begin to feel shame or anger over our muddy beginnings, and sometimes it serves other people for you to stay in those areas, right? Because that's when they can take advantage of you and manipulate you. Whenever we begin to feel shame or anger over our muddy beginnings, remember, no mud, no lotus. Okay? So Spirit is saying, embrace all the murkiness that happened to us, right? Because without it, we would not be here. We would not be here. All the pain, all the trauma, we would not be here. Doing what we do, shining our light, being creative, birthing things into this reality, we would not be here. A lot of us, we experienced the awakening through trauma. But we don't have to live our lives through the lens of trauma. And this is what this is all about. Recognizing that the trauma had its place, it had its purpose. But now that we've learned the lesson, we need to transcend it before it sabotages our future. Okay. All right, my love, so that was your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Please put a comment down below. If you can interact with any of the ads I played during this reading. Beautiful energy exchange for me. And I thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Take care.